Coming up on Chapman News, as racial tension builds at the University of Missouri, students at Chapman respond by taking a stand of their own.
Plus, Chapman wants to grow, but neighbors say no. What community members are doing to stop Chapman's expansion in its tracks.
And fighting cancer one dance move at a time, president of the Be Positive Club is here to tell us about Chapman's upcoming dance marathon for your cure. All that and more coming up on Chapman News.
Welcome to Chapman News, everyone. I'm Justin Gillerman.
And I'm Emily Beal. Happy Friday, everyone, and thank you for joining us. This past Monday, an SUV in Orange caught on fire and 3 bodies were found inside the vehicle. Authorities are calling the incident a homicide.
Reporter Haley Levette is at the scene and has the latest updates on the story. Haley, what can you tell us?
Thanks, guys. I'm standing at the location between Schaefer and Oakmont, blocks away from Chapman University, where police found 3 burned victims inside of a black SUV this past Monday afternoon. Now, according to Lieutenant Fred Lopez, public information officer, the cause of the fire still remains a mystery. Now, by the time the call was made Monday afternoon, it was around 2 p.m. 2 of the victims had been burned so badly that they still remain unidentified. Now, the Orange County Sheriff Coroner is currently performing autopsies on the 2 victims, and all they can tell this far is that they were male and in their 20s. Now, the third victim who was sitting in the front passenger seat was identified by OPD this last Wednesday. His identity has not been released yet, but they did find out that he was in his late 20s, male and Hispanic. Now, the driver fled the scene before authorities arrived, so it's unsure and unclear whether or not he was involved in the deaths of the victims. The OC coroner claims thus far that they are treating these deaths as homicides until proven otherwise. They did get a glimpse of the car's license plate, and it's not from Orange County, but it is from the Southern California region. Now, my thoughts and prayers go with the family and friends who are going through this terrible time right now. That's all I have for you right now. I'm Haley Levette from Chapman News. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Haley. Now, some students took to social media to voice their concerns about public safety's lack of communication about the incident.
Our reporter Adam Mann spoke with public safety to find out why they didn't send out notifications.
Students at the University of Missouri have felt the impact of racial tension on campus for years now. A group called Concerned Student 1950, the university's Black Student Union, is pushing.
On Monday afternoon, the Chapman community became concerned about a crime scene with a search for a possible murderer near campus. Some Chapman students were witnesses to the incident and couldn't get back to their houses.
Chapman University and Chapman Public Safety received criticism on social media for their lack of response to a triple homicide investigation involving victims in a burned car that occurred 0.2 miles away from Residence Life dorms.
Students shared their frustration on Facebook, one writing, "This happened a block from campus, but our public safety department doesn't feel it necessary to update or inform students." Student Andrew Parker posted a letter that was shared nearly 100 times.
Nobody knew what was happening. I kept on going on to my email to find out if public safety had said anything.
Public safety remained silent until posting on Facebook at 10:39 that night. The post received 3 likes, 1 share, and an angry comment from a parent. Captain Craig Lee of Public Safety had his reasons for the silence.
We want to get information out there, but we need to make sure at the university that we give accurate information. We can't just put out there that something happened and then come back and say, oh wait, you know what, it wasn't that, it was something else.
There's nothing wrong with sending too many notifications about our community's safety. There is absolutely something wrong with sending nothing.
The Orange Police Department, who is the governing agency of that call, made notification. They put it out on the news. The experts on the scene told us that they believe that there was no Chapman involvement whatsoever.
I think it's upsetting that they have to wait for OPD to tell them what to do and not do. They should be able to take matters into their own hands and decide for themselves what is a danger to the university or to its students, because it frankly is a danger to its students. considering it happened, I think 3 doors down from one of my best friends.
The debate continues. From Orange, Adam Mann, Chapman News.
Student Andrew Parker will be submitting an article on his feelings to the Panther student newspaper. And now, Emily, it's kind of scary as something that capacity right down the street, right by so many people's homes that go to this university.
It definitely is, and it's scary to know that we weren't notified by the university, but I'm thankful that Chapman News was there to report and thankful that there was helicopters flying around, and hopefully we'll have some clarity on the situation in the near future.
Yes, agreed. Chapman's Black Student Union held a silent protest yesterday to show support for the students at Missouri University who have received racist death threats. Reporter Harper White has the details.
Students at the University of Missouri have felt the impact of racial tension on campus for years now. A group called Concerned Student 1950, the university's Black Student Union, is pushing for their school to take action and rid the campus of any racial hostility. Last month, the group issued a list of demands to the university, including the resignation of President Tim Wolf. Monday morning, Wolf resigned, but the community is aware that their fight for equality is not over yet.
To show their support to the students in Missouri, Chapman's Black Student Union held a peaceful protest today in the piazza between classes to bring awareness to the Chapman community.
Students and faculty of all races came together wearing black and took a moment of silence.
The issues that are happening at Mizzou obviously aren't quiet ones. We decided to do a silent sort of display of our support instead of just coming out here protesting, chanting. We thought that that would be a more positive impact here at Chapman.
Members of BSU felt their actions were successful.
It was a pretty diverse group, and that makes me happy because it shows that Chapman is really actually trying, and then there's a lot of people who just come together for the greater good.
Dean Jerry Price was in attendance and thinks that today's event was a step in the right direction for improving diversity on Chapman's campus.
There's no doubt that we are committed as an institution in trying to really understand the issues and find productive ways so that all students have equal access to the opportunities that Chapman offers.
From Orange, I'm Harper White, Chapman News.
You can follow the Black Student Union on Facebook for more information on future events and protests.
Governor Brown and his state water board are forcing California residents to conserve water to ease the drought. The biggest cut of all, 36%, is right here in North Orange County, and to say that customers of Yorba Linda Water District are upset would be an understatement. Reporter Deborah Kendrick tells us about the escalating water war in the land of gracious living.
How dare you even suggest that we are stupid to accept this?
The town of Yorba Linda, home to 70,000 residents, were told, like every other city in California, to conserve water. But that means that the Yorba Linda Water District will lose nearly $9 million in revenue, and the board felt that it had no choice but to increase water rates to make up for the loss. And it's a big increase, 150% for all its users in Yorba Linda.
$52,267,718.82. That is how much you are trying to take out of the pockets of these people.
Water Board called the meeting after the Yorba Linda Taxpayers Association collected more than 5,000 signatures in an effort to overturn the increase, which was approved 5-0 by the board in September.
This model that this water district has operated on for 106 years has worked flawlessly, but it was never designed to be used during a period of water rationing.
Now, residents here say that the board has plenty of options, including buying less water or even taking a salary decrease. But the board is telling the Yorba Linda residents that you really should be fueling all of your anger towards Sacramento.
The governor and the state board that did this, and the problem is they think Yorba Linda is the problem and the reason that there's a drought.
The board rejected the referendum because its council believes the referendum process is not allowed by the law that applies to the water rates. Those laws come from California's Proposition 218, which deals with local government finance.
I don't think 5 board members woke up one morning and said we're going to screw the customers and blame it on the drought.
They say if they don't balance their books, the district could end up in the hands of Sacramento. Reporting in Placentia, headquarters of the Yorba Linda Water District, I'm Deborah Kendrick for Chapman News.
The Yorba Linda Taxpayers Association isn't giving up. They'll hold a meeting November 19th to explore options to overturn the rate spike. Joining us this week, we have the president of the Be Positive Foundation chapter here at Chapman University, Becca Batkin. Welcome, Becca.
Hi.
So happy to have you with us.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Wonderful. Can you tell us a little bit about what the Be Positive Foundation does?
Yeah, of course. So it's a nonprofit organization benefiting childhood cancer. They provide assistance, funding, and they advocate for more research funds in government because less than 4% of the national government spending for cancer goes to childhood cancer.
All right, now when did the Be Positive chapter start here at Chapman specifically?
This semester. I've been working on it for a whole year. I was abroad last semester and I tried working on it abroad and it was just too hard. So started this summer, started this year, and now we're an official club.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So moving forward, what is your goal with the Be Positive Foundation here at Chapman?
My goal is for it to become a campus-wide and an orange event. We're having a dance marathon on May 1st. It's called CUDM. It's going to be super fun, 12 hours of different events, lots of energy, and I'm hoping for everyone at Chapman to come and attend.
All right, now what can members expect to do once they're part of the chapter?
Yes, so our chapter will host meetings once a week. In our meetings, we will talk about how to have more promotion on campus, how to get the word out, how to involve the community, plan the different events. Everything has to be donated, so that's a big thing that we'll have to deal with in our club. Yeah.
All right. So when you have this dance event, what do you want Chapman students to do to help you? How can we make the event easier and the best it can be for you?
We actually just filled our executive board this week, and we have our first executive board meeting this upcoming week. So like next week on Tuesday. So from there, we're going to decide everything we want to do, set our goals, and then we're going to start hosting meetings for all club members after Thanksgiving break. So I'll have a better answer of that once I meet with my executive board.
Well, thank you so much for being with us. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Make sure to check out the Instagram, Facebook page, and website for Be Positive at bepositive.org.
And look out for more information on the Be Positive Marathon coming up this May. And coming up, the Diwali Festival lit up Chapman this week. We'll show you the celebration.
Plus, Coachella may be not for a few months, but you can get a mini music festival fix tonight. We'll tell you how.
Currently 78 degrees in Orange, and the weather will be staying like that all weekend. I'll have the 5-day forecast on more on Chapman News.
Follow your dreams. Chapman University. Take your life to new heights. Chapman University. Invest your humanity. Lead. Follow your dreams. Chapman University. History, philosophy, peace studies, languages. Study abroad and explore the world. Become a global citizen. The Wilkinson College at Chapman University. Invest your humanity. Lead.
Chapman University welcomed the annual celebration of Diwali, the Hindu Festival of Lights, this Monday. Chapman's Fish Interfaith Center teamed up with University Program Board to host the festival, which drew in a crowd lining out the door. Diwali celebrates the triumph of good over evil, symbolized with lights. The festival keynote speaker, Dr. Sanjay Kumar, talked about the significance of the event with his Hindu religion class. The event had music, Indian food, dance performances, and henna artists. The actual festival began this Wednesday worldwide and lasts until Sunday.
A twist on the famed Coachella music concert is coming to Chapman's campus tonight. The Curate Club at Chapman is hosting a concert for a cure on Memorial Lawn this evening at 7. The concert will have multiple student performers and other musicians strumming to save lives. The Curate Club is part of the larger national organization, the Curate Foundation, which aims to fight childhood cancer by funding research and helping children and their families affected by the disease. You can buy tickets at the door for $12, and all proceeds will go to the Curate Foundation.
As Chapman continues to grow, the local Orange community has concerns about their expansion plans. Drew DeMarco has more on the story.
Traffic, noise, and even puke. These are just a few of the complaints from some of Chapman University's neighbors in the city of Orange.
On my property alone, we have had fistfights on our lawn, urination in our bushes, intoxicated guests coming to our door, and vomit in our driveway.
Parking, noise, and traffic is a nightmare.
Many Orange residents have made Chapman University administrators very aware of these issues.
We get reports from neighbors and particularly from police about a problem at a location.
Students will soon be required to submit their off-campus addresses to the school.
Not knowing who lives in a house that is continuously being cited as a problem is one of the biggest disadvantages we have, and we think this will help fix that to some extent.
Residents don't just want action from Chapman's administration.
We want the city to aggressively enforce the boarding house ordinance.
That ordinance basically limits the amount of people allowed to live in a home, but it only applies to unrelated families, like students.
There are definitely some questionable constitutional issues when it comes to trying to limit the number of people who are living in a house. What impact does a family who might have 6 or 7 kids and a mother and father live in a house, what's the difference between those 7 or 8 people and 5 or 6 other people living in a house?
Then there's another group fighting Chapman expansion altogether.
We have a relationship with the city of Orange that it's almost analogous to a zoning, that we're going to build in these places, we're going to have this many students, we're going to develop this property, and because we're in a historic neighborhood, there's a lot of policies and regulations that dictate those actions. So we have a kind of an agreement or an understanding with the city what we're going to do, and then we stick to that agreement.
Residents have created a website, neighborssayno.org, where they try to prevent university development.
This is the city of Orange. It's not Chaptown.
Reporting in Orange, I'm Drew DeMarco, Chapman News.
Some students are reluctant to give up their home addresses to the university for privacy reasons. We will keep you informed as this story develops. You know, J. Gill, it has been getting really cold at night that I had to turn on my heater. It was getting so cold, and that's when you know in California that it's chilly.
Yeah, I'm from Southern California, so I grew up with going to the beach, swimming in the waves, hot weather. I actually like the cold weather. I'm embracing this. I'm excited. And our weather person, Lauren Nowicki, has more on the weather. Lauren, what do you have for us?
Well, it is currently 78 degrees here in Orange, but that's right, it has been getting cooler in the evenings. So although this weekend it is pretty warm, at night you do have to be sure to have extra layers. So 78 degrees here in Orange, and if you want to go up to Big Bear, they just opened Snow Summit as well as Bear Mountain. You can try snowboarding if you want to. I remember I tried last year, and the day after I was covered head to toe in bruises. So maybe this might be my year. I can try to go up there. It's 60 degrees there right now. It's going to get down to 26 degrees there tonight. So again, be sure to have things to put on over. And for Orange County, nice temperatures all throughout. Again, currently 73 degrees or 78 degrees in Orange. A little bit cooler if you want to go to the beaches, Newport and Laguna. Lots of fun stuff to do there, great places to eat. You can get a Groupon to go paddle boarding, or you can even go down to San Clemente. It's currently my favorite temperature, 76 degrees. And if you want to, for the rest of Southern California, there is a red flag advisory in LA County, especially northern LA County. So be sure to stay hydrated. The winds are definitely keeping things dry, so it's important to have water, allergy medicine, and just be ready for all those temperatures there. It's 74 in Santa Barbara and also in Catalina, so maybe a nice weekend getaway. Always fun stuff to do there as well. You get some bison milk, which now comes in ice cream form, which is really great. And if you want to go down to San Diego, again, the temperatures are still amazing all throughout Southern California today, and that'll stay for most of this weekend. For the 5-day forecast, it's 80 this weekend, and it will cool down going into Monday. A slight chance of showers, and for the school week, for the work week, it will cool down again. And throughout the nights, it has been cool the whole way through. So be sure to have those layers. And if you want to have some fun this weekend, tomorrow in Yucaipa, it will be 74 degrees. You can do some fall activities like apple picking there, which would be a super cute date. So that's all I have for weather. Now on to Wolfie with sports.
Odds of becoming an astronaut, 1 in 13,200,000. Odds of being struck by lightning, 1 in 576,000. Odds of dating a supermodel, 1 in 88,000. Odds of bowling a perfect game, 1 in 11,500. Odds of being trapped in an elevator, 1 in 24,528. Odds of catching a ball at a major league game, 1 in 563. Odds of an injury from shaving, 1 in 6,580.
It's up.
Odds of tripping while texting, 1 in 10. Odds of getting cancer in your lifetime, 1 in 2 men, 1 in 3 women.
It's up to us.
To change the odds for our generation.
For the ones we love. For our future.
If you don't like the odds,
stand up. Stand up to cancer.
Often occur while you are away from home. Be ready for emergencies by registering your alternate phone numbers, cell phones, and email addresses at alertoc.com. You will receive alerts when an emergency occurs near your workplace or neighborhood.
I'm Heikki Veheranta.
I'm Tyler Kring.
I'm Jessica Loya. I'm Kylie Cook.
I'm Elliot Braun.
I'm Haley Fedden.
I'm Eddie Favors, Chapman's Athlete of the Week. And you're watching
the Best Campus
Sports Show.
Hello everyone, I'm Wolfie Tash and welcome to the Best Campus Sports Show. Let's get right to it. Last weekend, the Panthers started off their final homestand of the season. The Redland Bulldogs came in with a bone to pick as the Panthers beat them for the SCIAC Championship last season. Let's get right to the highlights. Panther quarterback Mac Vale sat out due to injury in this game, but the defense picked up the slack in a huge way as we see Drew DeMarco snatching this interception. Returning it 3 plays later, running back Jeremiah McKibbins breaks out for 54 yards for the Panthers' second touchdown of the game. The Panthers were up 21-7 going into the second half, holding a strong lead. Fourth quarter, we see a forced fumble by Ethan Weinstein recovered by the Panthers for their 4th turnover of the game. And the defense picked it up one last time as we see Connor Larkin knocking down that potential touchdown, forcing a turnover on downs, and the Panthers would go on to win 27-13. The Panthers talked about the win after the game.
Trickle-down effect with everybody else.
You know, our defense is playing well. We need to go out there and, you know, play well for them as well. And it just kind of just goes all around. If special teams playing well, it's just a whole entire team that makes up a great game. And that's what you guys saw tonight.
And that's one of the things that we talked about all week, that we need to be able to go out and play a full game of just tenacious football.
On Wilson Field. A Chapman linebacker did us a huge favor in last week's game. Here's Gina Petralia with the Athlete of the Week, Eddie Favors.
Welcome to Wilson Field here at Ernie Chapman Stadium as the Chapman Panthers host the Redlands Bulldogs in tonight's SCIAC Conference matchup.
Panthers linebacker Eddie Favors takes the title of Athlete of the Week this week after a triumphant win against Redlands. Despite neither team competing for the conference championship, the Chapman Panthers knew this rivalry game once again would be a fight to the finish.
We had a lot of competition in the past couple of years, and last game, it was like almost a fight or whatnot because it gets really competitive in the rivalry.
As a junior, Favors has tallied over 25 tackles this season and got the team's 11th sack of the season that helped the Panthers get their 3rd win of the year in a very meaningful game.
It was really important going past the next week and whatnot. You know, we weren't really we're not in a good situation around, but it makes us better for next season and it gives us more inspiration.
Favors has been a vital part of the team's success this season, despite having to make many adjustments after transferring from a junior college.
You have to put more work into it other than like meetings or whatnot and watching film, working out. I know I had a hard time transitioning from the predicament I was in because I transferred from a junior college to the university.
Panthers conclude their season this Saturday at a 1 o'clock home game against the Whittier Poets. In Orange, California, I'm Gina Petralia, Chapman News.
Talented yet modest, Favors says one of his favorite memories of the season is being honored as the Athlete of the Week. Last week, our featured Chapman Athlete of the Week was soccer captain Haley Fedden, but she was recognized this week by the entire SCIAC division for her season. According to the Athletics website, Fedden received the Bryan Award of Distinction and earned all Southern California Intercollegiate First Team honors. Fedden is the first in the women's soccer program to earn this prestigious award. The Bryan Award judges sportsmanship, community service, academic success, and of course, performance on the soccer field. Fedden has exemplified these qualities throughout her 4-year playing career with 9 goals, 6 assists, and a record-breaking 6,500 minutes of playing time on the field. Now that's all I have for you with sports. I'll send it over to my buddy Michael in the Entertainment Center.
Coming up on entertainment, we have a couple local celebrities who have found their 15 minutes of fame. Then we dive into some concerns for Chapman students going into the entertainment industry.
Stand up for what's right. Chapman University. Passion, perseverance, teamwork, integrity. Create value in the world. The School of Law at Chapman University. Lead. Follow your dreams. Chapman University. Chemistry, physics, computational science, biology. Start doing research in your first year. Soar to new heights. The Schmidt College of Science at Chapman University. Explore.
Welcome back, everybody. Now, Emily, when I was a little kid, I loved cooking everything, every dish, every plate. But spoiler alert, I burned everything.
You know, Jake, I was the same way. I think my parents were just too nice to tell me the food was bad until I realized that teaspoons and tablespoons are not the same thing. But I have heard that there's actually a kid in town who can cook better than both of us still can right now. Michael, can you tell us a little bit more about this?
All right, guys. Camille, a 10-year-old from Santa Ana, is one of the contestants on Fox's latest season of MasterChef Junior. The amateur cooking competition has 24 8 to 13-year-olds that are competing in this show. And if you've ever seen the show, you know that they're making complex gourmet meals. And I'm 21 years old, and there's still a 50-50 chance that I'm gonna burn my toast. All of us at Chapman are wishing you the best of luck, Emily, and we are so impressed. Now, continuing with our local celebrities that have found their 15 minutes of fame, fellow Chapman student Molly Macris made an appearance on CBS's Let's Make a Deal, and she won big. Macris won a Kawasaki motorcycle worth over $7,000, but plans on selling it because she claims she's not a biker chick. I got the chance to meet with her to discuss her experience and her new life as a local celebrity.
So many people to reach out, but people I haven't talked to in years started reaching out to me on Facebook and being like, oh, that's so cool, I watched the show, and I was like, oh wow, and it ended up being really cool, reconnecting with all those old friends. And also my grandma told all her friends in Illinois, so I'm kind of like a local celebrity there too, which is weird.
If you're looking for a new ride, definitely check in with Molly and take that motorcycle off her hands. I know for me, I'd probably fall off the motorcycle, so have a little more confidence if you're going that direction. But if you do get that ride, go ahead and go to one of my favorite places. It's my favorite time of the year to visit Disneyland. The happiest place on earth has decorated for the holidays. And to create an extra magical experience, they have added more parades and more fireworks. As if that's not exciting enough, you should head over to a couple of my favorite places, set sail on the Jingle Cruise and listen to all their corny holiday jokes, and head over to the Haunted Mansion and smell all those sweet holiday cookies. So this is all fun and games, but since we can't enjoy Disneyland right now, we need to take a step back to reality and Many seniors here at Chapman are a little worried about finding jobs in the entertainment industry after graduation. So I sat down with a senior dance major to discuss his concerns. Not only do we have one of the top, Chapman University has become a home for many students who hope to enter the entertainment industry. Not only do we have one of the top film schools in the country that educates aspiring screen actors, directors, writers, and more, but the College of Performing Arts is helping dancers, musicians, and theater actors follow their dreams. I met up with senior Ben Bigler to discuss his concerns with a life in the entertainment industry.
The frightening thing about getting in the entertainment industry is it's not a set job. You don't go to the office from 9 to 5 every single day of the week. You are on contracted jobs, and so there could be time where you have no work at all. So it's definitely how you fill those gaps and stuff like that, and that's what dancers face when they go out into the working world.
Despite the challenges and competitiveness, students like Bigler continue to follow their heart and pursue their dreams.
What keeps me motivated is just really my passion for dance. I know that that's the only thing that really, really makes me happy and what I love to do. That's what's gonna push me more than anything, because no matter how hard it is, because it is a pretty, right now it is pretty dry out there in terms of work, I love it so much and I need to be doing it for the rest of my life. So that's what'll push me, because I have to do it, or else I'll be unhappy.
And on that note, Ben is a great reminder that we need to focus on what makes us happy and to always follow our dreams. So that's all the entertainment that I've got for you today. So Justin and Emily, we're taking it back to you.
Thanks, Michael. Starbucks holiday cups have been stirring up more than just sugary goodness this season. Haley Levette has more on why the cups have some folks offended.
Starbucks is undoubtedly one of the world's top coffee shops with 21,000 stores in over 65 countries. Recently, however, Starbucks has many customers upset over the decision to release plain red cups instead of their traditional Christmas decorated ones.
Do you realize that Starbucks wanted to take Christ and Christmas off of their brand new cups? That's why they're just plain red.
Even Donald Trump, who is running for presidency, is making a fuss over the issue, claiming that he ended the lease with the Starbucks that was in one of his Trump towers.
I wouldn't buy. Hey, look, I'm speaking against myself. I have one of the most successful Starbucks in Trump Tower. Maybe we should boycott Starbucks. I don't know. Seriously. By the way, that's the end of that lease, but who cares?
As for Chapman student Jack Atkinson, he thinks that customers boycotting Starbucks are taking it a bit too far.
I appreciate the fact they're trying to keep everyone in consideration, but, I think we're taking it a little too far. Now, whether you believe in Christmas or you believe in Hanukkah, I don't think there's a reason why Starbucks can't slap them all in a cup and say, hey, guys, let's all hang out. Let's all hang out.
I actually don't think they're going to be losing customers. If anything, they might gain more customers from it, because it seems that people will actually buy the cups just to protest the cups too. So I think there's also a circular effect of them getting more money out of it.
If anything can be said about this whole social media riot, it is that we should count our blessings for having cups to begin with, no matter what color. From Chapman University, I'm Haley Levette, Chapman News.
Now, this is surprisingly a hot topic.
It is.
What are your thoughts on this?
I can't really wrap my mind around it not being a coffee drinker, but I do think that our friend in the video raised an interesting point that they could just put all of the holidays on the cup, Hanukkah, Christmas, and make it very cute and very festive, but we'll see. What do you think?
100% agree. I don't drink coffee, so if I were to get coffee, I do not care what's in my cup or what color the cup is or what's on my cup. As long as the coffee is good, you can have whatever on the cup.
It could
I'd
be
okay
a
with it.
purple cup for all we care, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. Thank you all so much for joining us today and watching Chapman News. Be sure to log on to our website, chapmannews.tv, to see all of our episodes, Chapman Newsy bios, and top headlines.
And make sure you also follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Chapman News, our Twitter and Instagram @Chapman News, and YouTube @youtube.com/Chapman News. Thank you for everybody.
Have a great Friday, everyone.